when you hear about these cases, and I think that some people have a hard time believing, you know, some of the facts that are in the case, just because some of it does seem a little absurd.
Um, have never seen facts quite this bad.
Jeremy Sykes, one of the Department of Ecology employees, who has identified himself as not someone with the skills to delineate wetlands, but looked at an aerial photograph and determined, based on this aerial photograph, that Kings had done a bulldozing spree and destroyed very rare alkali wetlands. That then prompted Department of Ecology to go to Department of Natural Resources and start this and begin the pursuit of Kings and the persecution based on this one aerial photograph that someone in an office in Western Washington looked at and made a determination.
These alleged wetlands have been stock water ponds on this ranch for over 70 years for sure, probably as long as 200 years. DNR had been out there. DNR had, it really actually praised them for being model tenants and stewards over the years. Out of the blue, someone at Ecology woke up and said, on the aerial photos, these look like they're regulated wetlands. To be really clear, the Kings have what's referred to as a vested permit exempt stock water right. So by watering their stock at these stock ponds, as they have for many decades, they have established a senior water right to do this activity. And the Attorney General's office in arguments just kept saying, well, look, if we're wrong, we'll just write a check. They literally, I forget, Tony, how many times did he argue to the judge, if we're wrong, we'll just cut a check? Meaning from all taxpayers in Washington state to just cut a check. Well, it might have been 5, 10, 15
No,
times.
it was 11 times. He did it
11.
11. And let's stop and go back a little bit, because I think one of the misnomers on this case is that these are not alkali wetlands, right? They located some of the best experts in the entire nation. And those experts actually did the testing and looked at the criteria to determine not only are these not wetlands, they're not alkali wetlands. These are man-made stock ponds that do not have the characteristics of wetlands, and they do not have the characteristics of alkali wetlands.
And on that point of alkali wetlands, that phrase doesn't show up in any state statute. It doesn't show up in any regulation that's been adopted by an administrative agency. This idea of an alkali wetland originated in policy documents. Everything seems to be showing that there's some ulterior motive.
I guess if you sit in Olympia, you just get to look at a computer and make those things up.
That's the really scary part. It feels like there's other agendas.
It's been clear that there's something we're not seeing, because why else would they have pursued it to this level?